NRL draft, but this week I'm doing a commentators tier list. My tiers are number one, which would watch them talk about ants. So they just, make everything exciting. They're fun. By the way, there's a mixture of commentators, presenters, borderline comedians, but we'll all have a look at them. Next, I've got happy to see them. So whenever I chuck on the TV, see they're commentating or on a show, I'm happy that they're there. Next, I've got serviceable. Like, I'm not mad about it. They're going to do a good job. They're not going to take away from the game or anything. Fourth, I'll cop. Obviously would prefer someone else, but I'll get over it and try and enjoy the game. And fifth, get off my screen. I don't want to watch it when you are commentating. Hopefully it doesn't rain on me here. It's getting pretty dark, but we're going to make our way through it. Andrew Voss, number one, straight into the GOAT tier. Would watch him talk about absolutely anything, and of course I would watch him talk about ants. Him and Brandy, for me, are the best commentary duo there is. I'm not going to be talking about the Channel 9 crew, by the way, because I don't watch much Channel 9 footy. So, Vossy and Brandy, they can make any game exciting. They have the right balance of rugby league analysis, but also having a laugh. One thing I like about them, me and my mum, we always, like to point out things in the crowd, or like when a player loses their dacks, have a laugh at that. Some of the other serious commentators are too focused on the game where they don't point out things like that, where Vossy often points out the things that, the regular punter sees and enjoys. So I love that about him. Jeez, it's raining leaves out here at my house. And then next, I've got Ben Eichen. I have to say, I don't see too much of him around. He does a few super sad days here or there. I don't watch much of NRL 360. I'm going to put him serviceable. I don't hate him. I think sometimes Paul Kent can bring the worst out of him on NRL 360. It is legit raining leaves here. But I wouldn't really want him to see him getting any more gigs. He just does a job. Braithen Nasta, it's tough between serviceable and I'll cop. Really depends who he's with. I'm probably going to put him in the old cop. Sometimes he's good. When he's having a laugh, he's really funny, but sometimes I disagree with some of his rugby league opinions. Next, I've got Fletch, serviceable. He's really funny at times, but other times he can be a bit annoying. He doesn't know much about footy, in my opinion, but he's funny, so I'll put him there. Corey Parker, I'm going to put him in old cop. Not the biggest fan of Corey Parker. He's better than some of the ones in the past, but yeah, not the biggest fan of him. He does a job. He has a laugh sometimes, but I'll put him in the old cop. Gordon Tallis, I'll cop once again. I know I've put a few in there, but he's not great. He's probably not built for TV, but he does a job. Brandy, would watch them talk about ants. I think he's one of the best analysts of the game at Fox League, and probably next to Cooper Cronk, who's actually not on my list here, but Cooper Cronk's pretty good as well. But yeah, Brandy, right up there with Voss, is my favourite commentator. We're actually getting rained on here, I think, so we might have to call this off, but we'll keep pushing through the rain for a little bit to see what happens here. Next, we have Hannah Hollis. She's serviceable. She does a job, nothing special. And yeah, it's starting to rain, so I'm going to have to call half-time on this potty. And we're back. It is approximately 9 hours later, but we are back again to do the second half of the podcast. Different location, as you can tell, but we may do with what we've got. So I believe I got up to Hannah Hollis in the presenters. I did realise that there's a few missing, so I'll try and do a few at the end that I know I'm missing. There might be a few that I miss, or there might be some on here that are old, but after Hannah Hollis is the professor. Obviously not a commentator or anything serious, but he's right up there. I'm not going to put him on Vossy's level, but I'll put him on the happy to see them. I regularly watch their segments of the Matty John show on YouTube, and they're very, very funny blokes. So he's right up there. Put Barney up there as well. Jess Yates, she's serviceable. Does just straight up and down. Bowls good line and lengths. Yep, she's solid. Justin Hodges. Yeah, look, I'm sorry, man. I'm putting you get off my screen. Just don't think he's really a natural at it. Yeah, it's a bit rough. Obviously, it's not his main job, as he is a bloody good footballer. But yeah, get off my screen, Justin Hodges. Sorry, mate. Kevin Walters. I'm going to put him happy to see them. He's very energetic, very enthusiastic, loves getting up and about. Obviously, in a coaching job now, so he's not commentating, but we'll put him in the happy to see them. Lara Pitts, serviceable again. I probably prefer her to Jess Yates, but still, once again, just solid, does the job. Mal Meninga, I'll go Al Cop. I won't put him in the get off my screen, but he's alright. I don't think he adds too much to the experience, but he does a job. Matty Russell, happy to see them. Very, very good at his job, similar to like a Andy Raymond was at Fox. Just a bit of sideline work, sometimes commentates, but usually sideline work. Tries to get a few cheap gags here or there. Matty Johns, happy to see them. Probably not putting him in the would watch them talk about ants tier like Vossi and Brandy, but very funny man. Watch his listen to his podcast in lockdown, and him and his family are very funny. So put him there. Megan Barnard, or I'll put her in happy to see them. I think she's one of my favorite. She's probably my favorite out of Lara and Jess, but she's right up there. Very good at her job. Michael Ennis, it really depends who he's with. Similar to Braith, at times he can be very annoying. At times he can be pretty funny, like he was on, I think it was Thursday night. Him and Vossi were just taking the piss. Might have been Thursday, I'm not sure. That might have been the Tigers game, actually. I'm getting confused, but Ennis, I'll go serviceable. Nothing special. Sometimes his pronunciation of words, like, he just has the most Aussie accent of all time. Like, full goes in for the moit. Like, he says the Tigers, where it's the Tigers, maybe that's right. Hindy, I prefer Hindy to Fletch. I'm going to go Hindy, happy to see them. I think Hindy can talk about footy when he wants, whereas Fletch not so much. But, yeah, he's also a very funny man. Kenty, get off my screen. Shocking bloke. Enough said. Blocker, I have to say, even though I'm a Tigers fan, I'm not a fan of Blocker. I'm just going to put him in the Al Cop. Borderline get off my screen, but I'll just go Al Cop. I think a lot of his opinions are outdated. Some of the things he says about like high shots and stuff just belong in the 80s or wherever when he played. I don't think he adds too much, but he has a good laugh sometimes, so that'll keep him in. Warren Smith. Now, that's a tough one. I've probably got him. He's not as good as Vossi, but he's probably the second best play-by-play caller in my opinion. I actually don't mind Brenton Speed, but yeah, I'll go him. Happy to see them. Like listening to a Warren Smith call. Yvonne Sampson, serviceable. She does very well. I think she does Super Saturday. She's very good at that. But yeah, just good at her job. Who else are we missing? Cooper Cronk. I'll put him in serviceable. Very smart guy, but sometimes needs to be a little bit more succinct with his points. We usually laugh about it with our family. He likes to make a point over like 2 minutes, which isn't really the greatest in a live sporting game because, you know, the game's always moving. Dan Ganane, I liked Dan at the start, but now I probably prefer the other guys to him, so I'll put him as serviceable. I don't think he's anything special. I think he's probably better for radio than TV, but yeah, he's solid. Anyone else I'm missing? Barney, kind of accounted for him. Andy Raymond, if he was in there, I would have put him in would watch them talk about ants. He was one of my favourites. Brenton Speed, happy to see him. I actually think he's pretty funny, although he doesn't know as much about rugby league as some of the others. He's pretty funny. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that list. Let me know if there's any I missed. Maybe do Channel 9 one in a few weeks, but I don't really watch much Channel 9. All I know is Gus Gould would be get off my screen, and so would Rabs, because they're both 98. That's the average as well, not combined. It's
a miracle! Oh yeah! What about that one? Unbelievable! Balotelli, Aguero! Crowd cheers. Here's Siddle.